amazed by the large house show revenues in Baltimore and DC in the 80s. Did Jim ever consider doing Smoky Mountain wrestling shows that far east? Any idea why Paul Heyman didn't try there either?
Well, as far as, no, that's considerably out of the Smoky Mountains, hence the name Smoky Mountain Wrestling. No, because it was, 600 miles from Knoxville to Baltimore, and we went up that weekend for Dennis Corluzzo for his NWA tournament and another event that he'd promoted up there in the Philly area, and that was as far east as we ever ventured, and that was a favor. It made no sense. That's the whole reason to have a territory somewhere, is so you don't go somewhere else like that, even if it's a good wrestling market. Of course, the problem was all of them were good wrestling markets, 5 years before that, and suddenly weren't. As far as why Heyman didn't take ECW there, I have no clue. Otherwise than I assume, could they not get a building? I find that hard to believe because they didn't have TV coverage. They didn't necessarily always need it in the Northeast. It seems like because it's only 100 miles from him, it seems like he would have. I always wanted to get him to start running Baltimore with Ring of Honor. And finally they did. That's the first 2 years they owned a company. That's the one town they did build. When we did those TV tapings, they ran Baltimore one year 8 times, and we drew between 500 and 1,000 people each time.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's a hot city. If you're in the Northeast, when ECW was running it, it probably would have made sense.
So why the fuck did Happy Heyman not go to Baltimore? Do you have any idea? Can you suppose or conjecture about this?
There may not have been too many reputable building owners or people.
Well, we weren't talking about a reputable wrestling promoter either, so it's
there you go.
Damn, you mean to tell me you think Paul Heyman would only deal with reputable people?
No, I'm saying the people who are reputable probably wouldn't be dealing with him.
Well, you might have something there.
Right.